Happy Alex Caruso Day to all who celebrate. Welcome into episode 294. McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. That is Tyler.
What it is, sir?
Just a day of celebration.
Why are we celebrating?
Today is Alex Caruso Day for all who celebrate.
Why?
Because
Inform
it was
me.
deemed by the mayor of Oklahoma City, the Honorable David Holt, that today was Alex Caruso Day. The day before that was Isaiah Hartenstein Day. I assume that we're getting closer and closer to.
We'll have a Chet Day.
I would assume Chet Day is coming up very soon.
SGA will be the last one.
I think he is the ultimate day.
Okay.
I think there's a Jalen Williams Day coming.
Okay. We're just going
today.
How would you feel if you were the one guy who was left out?
They even honored the one dude that subsequently has been let go.
Okay. So everybody gets a ring, gets a day?
Everybody who got a ring got a day.
Did the coach get a day?
Yes, he got a day. At
Did the assistant coaches get a day?
They did not.
See, that's bullshit.
That's how it works.
They do all the work. They do a
lot of the work. They get rings, though. They'll get rings.
Yeah, that's always I asked, I'm not going to say who it was. I asked somebody I work with that I could have a conversation with. I was like, how much bullshit is it that when the head coach doesn't do any of the work, but they get the big paycheck and they get all the credit? He goes, yeah, we get all the blame too, in case you haven't noticed. Yep. And we have to do the press conferences and get all the blame.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to deal with media.
Hadn't called a single play all year long. Yep.
Having to deal with media is not, that can't be fun. Because we're weird. Media is weird, man.
It's not everybody.
No, but there's a weirdness and just there's a lot of it.
Yeah, this whole beat at Ole Miss when we were here is so much different than anywhere we've ever been. It was because the beat. I mean, being serious though, the beat.
Yep.
The primary people who covered the team were websites.
Right. There weren't no big newspaper.
There were no
guys.
newspaper or ESPN wasn't there every week or whatever. And when, like you're in Alabama and then you got people from ESPN there all, it's
Yep.
You don't have many of those. And the people who were there that ran the websites there, they were not really in the same breath as the other guys. Like they didn't really, I'm sure they asked questions, but it wasn't.
They weren't there.
Guys. They weren't the main guys.
Yeah. I think it was one of the big adjustments for Houston Nutt when he got here. I think it was one of the big reasons that he didn't trust me from the very beginning. The first day. Some of it was the well had been poisoned. I know that for an absolute fact. And some of it was he remembered me from being a newspaper guy, a radio show guy, and now I'm a team site guy. I'm learning how to do that for the first time, and I think he expected me to be something that I wasn't.
Fair. And
it just we never were able to bridge that gap.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But the Ole Miss beat, I mean, seriously, being different is, even though this is the one place that I felt like I could talk to a few, not all. I could have real conversations with a few people in the media. You were one of them, obviously, and know that it wasn't going to go anywhere if I didn't want it to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, vice versa, if you go and have that with a national media guy or whatever, you can have, like literally one of the veins of my existence in this profession was caused by a joking conversation, and at Alabama,
with
right?
A
national guy.
Yeah.
And so, and it wasn't even me joking. It was another staff member joking because the week we were playing the binocular game week, the day that the TV crew comes in.
Yep.
We were talking, and I will say this: the guy Blackledge is a hell of a guy, awesome human being.
Yeah.
So he didn't do anything. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy. But Kevin Steele was walking and he was like, "How do y'all feel about this week?" I was about 5 yards behind Kevin. We were walking to the practice field. He goes, "Oh, we got our secret weapon right there," and pointed. That's how all that got started.
Oh.
Kevin was joking, and so yeah. So that's how it happens sometimes.
Wow.
So you would have, if somebody said that to you, you wouldn't even have thought to say anything.
Well, no, and I would have. I can't tell you how many times. This is one of the reasons that sometimes I laugh at the whole he's an asshole deal. I can't tell you how many times over the course of my career, so 25 years, right, minimum, probably more than that, really, where I've been on a practice field. There was one happened recently after a press conference. where the most interesting thing that happened was either in passing or after a press conference, after everybody had turned their recorders off, but nobody had said the magic words.
Yeah.
Because if you don't say it's off the record, it's not off the record.
Right.
But there is an assumption of off the record, which is a real gray area. And I can't tell you how many times I've not published something, written something, or broadcast something when I technically could have.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have had they tried to sue or something, I would have won.
Yes.
But I also would have lost. And I didn't do it. There's a lot of that. And like you got to be careful with some reporters because some man.
Really? Really? You got to be careful with some?
Yeah.
You ain't got to tell me.
Yeah.
I've learned. I learned the hard way. Not once, but twice.
All right. We got a couple super chats. We'll get to those when we get into the show, which is about to start now. So hang tight. Welcome into episode 294 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready, joined today by Tyler Siskey, as you might expect. That's why they call it McCready and Siskey. Here on this Thursday afternoon, it's July the 24th. It's about 100 degrees outside.
It is.
Heat index of about 115. It's brutal. Brutal.
It's hot.
It is hot, man. It's hot. Like crazy hot. It's Alex Caruso Day. Alex, if you're watching, congratulations, my man. Got your headband, got your jersey. Celebrating the day, Alex Caruso Day. It's NBA World Champion, Alex Caruso.
Wow. I mean, you got the headband and everything over there.
Headband.
You should wear it during
jersey.
the show. I mean, what are we doing? Why is it just sitting there? It should be on your head right now.
That makes a meme, and that's probably not good.
Hey, it's worth it for the entertainment.
Well,
man.
that is true.
We're in the entertainment business.
You never know. You never know. Maybe there's a super chat that can make that happen. We'll see. We've been brought to you each and every show.
200 and how many of them?
94 of them. By Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
Neal, I'm rocking with the Kiwi blend today.
Yes.
It is a Kiwi blend with sour apple. And the best way this is one of my favorite storms. The best way I can describe it is it's like a green Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
So if you're a green Jolly Rancher fan and you don't get on this Kiwi blend, you're missing out on life. It's good stuff. But Neal, the Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping. And guess what? Through the end of the month, you can save up to $14,500 off the brand new Chevy Silverado pickups when you take advantage of trade and down payment assistance. That's over 19% below MSRP. And also just announced you can get into the brand new Hyundai Santa Fe SUV or the Santa Fe Hybrid at 0% APR for 60 months. And you know what else they do? No payments for 90 days.
No way.
No way. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
That's get you all the way to October.
I mean,
Halloween practically.
Yeah, I mean, that's like
into the holiday season.
when
hell, there will be.
It won't be triple digits anymore.
There will be pumpkin spice and Christmas trees everywhere by the time that rolls around.
I mean, you would have gone through 2 flavor cycles at Starbucks by the time you have to make a payment.
Yeah.
You get the Thanksgiving and the Christmas. You got to get the Christmas. They start it right then, man.
Right away.
They don't play. So you can check.
Pumpkin spice, baby.
Yeah, no doubt.
Think there's going to be a pumpkin spice rainstorm?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big pumpkin guy. You know what I mean? I'm not a pumpkin guy. All right, for actual like food wise. But you can check them out at CooperHyundai.com, Cooper Chevrolet, or give them a call. Area code 256-236-4481. Neal, we're also brought to you by the official
The one and only
RV dealer of McCready and Siskey. County Line Campers right there. They're located right there off I-10.
in Gulfport, Mississippi.
In Gulfport, Mississippi.
The only Gulfport, Mississippi
right there off
is.
exit 38. So
Right
if you
there.
don't know where Gulfport is, you're driving down I-10
Yep.
and you see the numbers and they're going. And it's how many miles. That's how they do the interstate
Yep,
thing.
yep,
And you
yep.
look, you get to 38.
That's your exit.
If you're coming from the east to the west,
Yeah.
it'll be right off to your left. If you're coming west to east, it'll be right over to your right.
It's amazing how that
It's
works.
amazing how that works.
Yep.
No matter what direction you go, they're on one side of the road. How about that?
How about that?
How about
That's
that?
incredible.
They're actually on the south side of the interstate.
Okay.
How about that? The
about-
southwest corner of the interstate. But guess what? They have, how about my directions there? I'm terrible at those things. But
Yeah.
anyway, here we go. If you are
I was just
looking,
sitting there hoping. I hope he's right.
no, that is correct.
Okay, good.
I've been there. At County Line Campers, you can save up to 90% off their original MSRP on the large lineup of pre-loved RVs, like a barely used 39-foot Puma mid-bunk travel trailer for under $400 a month.
No way. That's impossible.
Get you some of that.
That's impossible.
Hey, and if your camper needs repairs, the service department is so good that it makes Waffle House at 2 a.m. look unreliable.
How about that?
How about that?
That's incredible.
Because Waffle House at 2 a.m.,
Pretty reliable.
you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what Waffle House you roll into. But guess what? The service department at County Line Campers is more reliable than that. And if you're looking for something brand spanking new, they have over 100 new RVs to choose from, and you can get some for under $350 a month. How about that?
It's difficult to believe.
And don't forget to go check out Miss Destiny's walkthrough videos on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, YouTube, that you go to check them out. They're recently starting to get a little active on Twitter. So make sure you give them a follow at County Line Campers.
Shout out to some of our streamers today. Got some super chats.
Do that first one last. The Austin,
okay.
Hulk one, yeah.
All right, Austin, I'll get back to you. TJ, I need my readers.
There it is.
No, I'm good. He says, haven't been on your live in a while. A newly crowned one-time champion.
How about that?
How about that?
We got. Let's go. Let's go, champ.
Did you even hear it?
No. It's probably messed up from the other day. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
Let's go. Let's go, TJ. Congratulations.
My son is 2 weeks old. I missed my rest. Any advice on what's something you guys wish you knew for your first kid?
I swear I got this one.
Okay, go for it.
They're not going to break.
Oh, it's true.
The first one, you're like, little baby, don't say it. You're like, hold them like this. You're afraid that they're going to break. The second one, you're like this. The third one, you're throwing them around the room. They will not break. So when when you go to hand the first one off, to like the grandparents or whatever you're handing them to, you're like this. By the third one, you're throwing them across the room.
My advice on the first one is look, you're playing man to man at this point. If the boy's asleep, the little boy's asleep, someone's got to be sleeping.
Yep.
Okay.
They sleep, you sleep.
If they sleep, you sleep. If they're sleeping and y'all are both awake, going, hey, what's up? And everybody's tired, you're idiot. No. Someone needs to be sleeping.
Somebody's got to be sleeping.
So you need to step up and say, listen, babe, go sleep.
Yes.
And if she says, well, I don't want to sleep right now, then you say, well, then I'm going to sleep.
I mean, what are we doing?
And then when grandparents volunteer to help,
let them help.
The answer is yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Please. More, please.
That's your life advice presented by Cole Walter State Farm Insurance. Cole licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, and pet insurance for the whole states, 2 states, Georgia and Alabama.
Are you talking about like, what if it was like in the OPP in Alabama?
It's covered. He can cover you.
What about Town Creek?
Yes.
We've already done Town Creek.
I don't know, but it's true. It's true.
Let's go.
Selma, Meridian, Tuscaloosa, Northport.
What about Boaz?
Yep. All covered.
Sand Mountain?
Yep.
Okay.
Contact Cole 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at ColeWaltersInsurance.com. Let's see what we have there. We got
do Austin's and then we'll do that last one. The very first one.
Okay.
Because that'll tee me up.
Austin says, rest in peace to the Hulkster. Say whatever you want about Hulk Hogan, but wrestling isn't here today without Hulk Hogan. Prayers to the family.
Yeah, I was going to start the show with that, Austin. It happened. I saw it when I had some stuff I had to do this morning, and then I didn't get home till about 12:30 to prep for the show. And the first thing I pulled up, I saw that. You had Hulk Hogan passed away. Ozzy Osbourne did earlier in the week. And then Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away early in the week. And it's like just this week, it's like I'm at the age that all the guys, and we had Pete Rose earlier in the year. Like I'm at that age where all my heroes, the guys that I watched growing up are all checking out.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of talk about Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah,
being
Ryan Sandberg.
in very, very dire situation.
But
my hero as a kid.
I know Hulk had a lot of scandals towards the end of his life here, but I mean, he literally, I would make the argument that wrestling is not what it is today. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry that wouldn't probably be here today or definitely on the map without him.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the story, and I want to make sure I get it right, which means that I'm going to go walk through it here, and someone's going to correct me. But I believe that he was wrestling for the McMahons when he was approached about doing Rocky III, being Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips.
And
what a great movie.
The
Pity the Fool.
Whatever they were called at the time, WWF, WWE.
Yeah, they were WWF that moved to WWE.
They told him he couldn't do it. So he flew out to California, quit basically, and did it.
I didn't know that.
And then the movie, of course, took off. It was a huge movie. I mean, 1983, I believe,
that was
is
Rocky
when that was.
III.
It was Rocky III, Clubber Lang, Rocky Balboa.
Pain.
That was when Rocky and Apollo Creed had that awkward run down the beach that ended in an embrace in the waves.
Steroids and baby oil.
It was a little.
Sounds like a Diddy party.
There was a little. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He was cleared. He was cleared.
I'm so bad.
I mean,
y'all talked about soaking the other day. I can throw that in there.
We did.
I got more text about that, by the way, than any episode that we've done.
Same.
Like, appreciate what you guys get out of our show.
The guy going, I can't listen to y'all out loud anymore. I was like, hey, that was a decision you made.
Yeah, that was not on me. Who was it that texted us? They had to explain it to kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know this now.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I read that. I was laughing out loud at that quote, and Laura goes, what? And I was like, I don't know. You don't want to know.
I have not.
I'll tell you later.
The same thing. My wife asked me what I was laughing. Very difficult to keep a straight face because I know Erin didn't listen.
No.
So I didn't want to. That was one of those things I didn't want to have to say that we talked about because she would have just kicked my ass if I had told her what we. And I would have said, because I would have told the truth and said I didn't say anything. I was being good, and she would have called bullshit on it. So
it was, and in that case, you were telling the truth.
But she wouldn't.
You were being good, and AJ and I were
all AJ's fault.
And we were being delinquent.
Yeah, it's all AJ's fault.
I mean, I kind of started it, and then AJ took it.
Yeah,
took it to another place, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, it took off. That movie did. The movie was huge. And that ended up he being so big that they brought him back, and then the rest. I think that's the story.
Yeah.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah. But just I was obviously like I remember. Was it WrestleMania? I want to say 3 WrestleMania, but the one with him and Andre the Giant. I remember being a kid, and that was like the first. Because I remember it was the first pay-per-view event I probably ever watched. And I remember Wes Webb, a kid that grew up in our neighborhood when you could have neighborhoods. He bought it. And so everybody packed into his house and watched it. And, that was in the Pontiac Superdome. How about that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I wasn't a big Ozzy Osbourne fan or anything. Growing up, I mean, as I started liking Ozzy when the reality show came out.
Same. I've never been a metal guy.
Yeah.
Metal was never my thing.
Now he had a couple songs that I would listen to, but just overall no. And then obviously the Cosby Show growing up, and of course that's got its own issues in pop culture in the last 10 years.
Well, with him, but people
not with him with the show.
People, I've said this a couple times this week talking to people. People don't realize, because that was our wheelhouse growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little older than you, so it was definitely mine.
I said Superdome, Silverdome. I apologize.
The Cosby Show was must-watch television.
It was that, and then Alf right behind it, right?
I can't remember, to be honest. I thought it was a show. Wasn't it
Golden Girls?
No, it wasn't Golden Girls. It was I can't remember. I do. If you showed me the show, I'd go, "Oh, that's the one."
Yeah.
But everyone watched the Cosby Show, and if you were like a teenager then,
oh yeah,
everyone watched it, and that was before VCRs. Maybe a few people had VCRs, but it was like spot touch and go on.
It was in the range.
That was appointment viewing. It was a different era of television, and he was. I mean, I remember a lot of those episodes. I mean, he was Theo, and Theo was. I mean, everybody had a favorite Huxtable, and I mean, everybody you knew everybody. Theo, and was it Lisa? And
dude,
there was the little girl. I mean,
it's been so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably haven't watched an episode of that in 30 years.
Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, I know I haven't,
but yeah, just a kind of a, it's kind of part of your. Yeah, I've reached that age to where all of the people that I watched growing up are checking out. So.
1KJ, thank you for the super chat. He says, y'all's thoughts on Cignetti saying he's adopting an SEC scheduling philosophy. I mean, look, I don't know Kurt. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I do.
But
he's awesome.
Everybody's just talking trash right now.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, it's fine. Who cares? But come on.
All right. So,
I mean, you want me to pull up the Indiana schedule?
No. But here's the thing is like, first of all, I love Cignetti. I love everything about Cignetti. He's a stud. I've known him for a long time. He was at Alabama. He was on Coach Saban's first staff at Alabama, and so he would come down to. I met him at St. Paul's, so he would come down to recruit. But he's a hell of a ball coach. And it's a shame. It's why it's so hard. I don't think fans understand how hard it is to advance in the profession. I mean, the guy's won everywhere he's been, and it took him 15, almost 20 years to get to this level. And he wins at Indiana right away. He's got a phenomenal staff. A lot of people I know on that staff are just great people. Hell of football coaches. But like, here's the thing is, and I almost had this down to talk about today because it's July. I said the hell with it. If you leave it up to coaches, like the Big Ten, the coaches in the Big Ten feel like they got to push this message because the Big Ten is not, because there are 18 teams, some teams get easier schedules. It's even more so than the SEC. Some teams get ways, right? But if you ask the Big Ten coaches and you sat them in a room and say, "Hey, look, you're only going to have to play 8 conference games," they would unanimously vote to do it. Of course,
yeah. No, this is just propaganda. It's fine. It's
and
fine.
Everybody knows it, especially inside a profession. But like the Big Ten's already there. There's nothing he's going to say. I mean, like, what's he going to say? Yeah, I don't like our stuff. I mean, he's got to tote the company line a little bit.
Well, they very clearly made a league-wide conscious decision to talk a little trash and just try to stir it up this week, and it worked.
And it works great.
Yeah,
I have no problem with what he said. I like the guy a lot. So it's like this. It's like he doesn't say anything. It's kind of like,
well, there's a certain degree of professional wrestling to this.
Yes, there's entertainment, there's wrestling, there's hype men, all that stuff. But you gotta. It's like the SEC. The talk about like every time there's a 9-game conversation comes up, right? If you ever allow the coaches to have an opinion that matters, you're never getting to 9 games.
Hey, you won't get to 1 game.
I mean, if you ask a SEC coach, "Hey, do you want to play another conference game?" No.
They play Alcorn State. Go undefeated and declare themselves national champions.
And if you didn't have to build these schedules 400 years out in advance, and they knew right now that, hey, you just got to get to 10. It doesn't matter what 10 are. Clemson wouldn't be playing LSU.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Arkansas wouldn't be playing Notre Dame. Oklahoma wouldn't be playing Michigan.
No, you wouldn't have any of those games.
No, you wouldn't have any of them.
Yeah.
So, but if, and
I'm frankly shocked we're still having those games.
Right. But here's the deal is, okay, but if you ask the administrations or the athletic department, do they want 9 games? They're like, hell yeah.
Yep.
I don't even know if it, and if
because the TV will pay more money for that 9th game, and everybody needs the money.
If I'm speaking out of turn, I apologize. I can't remember if I'm speaking out of turn or not, but I am aware that adding a 9th game will add about $8 million to each to each school. Okay, I do know that. So
right now, everybody, look, if you haven't figured this out by now, let me help you. They are all negotiating. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's literally TV's trying to keep the number as low as possible,
right,
and the league's trying to get the number as high as possible. We are just negotiating.
I hope I didn't break anything there. But
no.
My point is this.
Again, you got to be an idiot to not figure out where it's going.
Well, I was talking about the number. But if you got to raise $20.5 million a year to pay for your players, and you go, okay, there's a free 8 by just changing a schedule. Sign me up.
It's why Siskey. It's why Sankey is trying to really emphasize the computers and strength of schedule and choosing who makes the playoff and who doesn't.
I think from a financial standpoint and from a fan standpoint, that would be unbelievable from a TV financial and a fan standpoint, because you wouldn't have these games, and that goes, we'll get a bigger discussion there. I don't want to get into it. But
Donovan, thank you for the super chat. This might be one of those days where super chats determine what we talk about. It might be one of those deals. Donovan says, so which SEC team is being overrated and which is being underrated? Which coach in the SEC has to have a good season, like at least 9 wins, or they will be gone, and their fan base will just be out on them? Which SEC team is being most overrated right now?
Overrated. I would probably say, and it's not that I don't think they're going to be a good team, but I think South Carolina, to me, has the most to replace on the defensive side of the ball that has to carry them.
Yep.
They have to replace 6 of their front 7. They do have Dylan Stewart back, and he's really good.
Very good.
They have 3 of their 4 starters in the secondary back. They're very good, but you lost a first-round pick. I think the unknown there for me, I think it's very difficult. I'm having a tough time to find a way to get them to 10. And everybody else is considering them a playoff team and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm personally, with that lack of defense, that's probably – and I still think they're going to be really good, okay? But I think they're more of an 8-win team than a 10-win team.
Yeah, I think my answer is maybe – but I don't really know who's rated what right now. I think my answer on overrated, the team that may be getting a little too much hype, might be Oklahoma, just because they lost a lot on defense. We're making a lot of massive assumptions about what transfer guys are going to do offensively. Might be South Carolina for all the reasons you just named. That's probably it. Underrated. Who's being underrated?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
I got an inside.
I got one for you.
I got an inside peek at this one.
Yeah.
So for me, Oklahoma, I think has done. I think Oklahoma and Auburn have done. I would say the 3 teams that probably improved the most where they needed to improve in roster wise this offseason was Oklahoma, Auburn, and LSU defensively. Oklahoma for me, when you're adding what they were missing last year, their offensive line was not great, but they got all 5 back. You know, Jackson Arnold played a year that he had all 5, his top 5 wide receivers never played. They were all hurt. They're back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're adding Ott to the backfield. Defensively, I think they're going to actually be really good. I think that's one side of the ball. They've done a great job recruiting and building depth and that stuff. And look, I think Auburn's going to be really good. I do. Auburn's all going to be about the start and how they get out of the first 6. I think if they can get out of the first 6 games with having some kind of momentum, I think that last half of the year allows them to build some momentum leading to the Alabama game. And then I will say this, underrated too. I want to make sure that I'm very clear on this. You know,
I might know where you're going because I heard a little of this yesterday listening to our mutual friend Cole Kubelik.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I know which team you're talking about, Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not talking about them. Florida. Florida's got a shitty schedule. We all know that. Florida could actually be as good as any team that makes the playoffs this year, and they may not get there because of their schedule.
Right.
And so they may end up with an 8-4 record or whatever and be just as good as any team in the country. And, you know, I always use this. If you take Missouri's schedule and you put it in front of Florida, we're having a different conversation about Florida right now.
Okay.
And I think they're going to be legitly good, particularly on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And you got DJ Lagway.
The one I'd say is just I'm not sure that Vanderbilt is good. So you got to be careful with this, right? Because people go, you say, well, they're being underrated. I'm not sure Vanderbilt's going to finish 13th or 14th. They might finish a little higher than that. That doesn't mean they're going to finish 4th and make the playoff. People go, oh, no, I'm not doing that. But I listen to people like Cole. I just listen to them. They travel the league. They know everybody. They're respected. They talk to people. I just learned to listen. I listen to people like that who have in-person conversations with people.
I think Clark Lee is the real deal. You know, I think they need to sign him to a lifetime contract. He's doing as good of a job that can be done there.
Yes.
With the restrictions and things they have.
That being said. Good-looking guy, too.
Good-looking guy.
God, man.
All right. My hesitancy. I can't say it today.
Hesitancy.
Hesitancy.
There you go. Good for you.
With Vandy this year is they're not sneaking up on anybody. Do you think Alabama's going to overlook them when they go to Bryant-Denny this year?
No, of course not.
Okay, so my point is now you got to do it, and have they improved their roster enough to just line up and do it? No, I think that, and everybody wants to talk about overlooking, and like it's not that you take the games lightly. When you quote unquote overlook teams, it's not on Saturdays. Every player in the SEC, when they walk into the locker room,
no, it's Tuesday, Wednesday.
It doesn't matter if you're playing Middle Tennessee or you're playing Southern Illinois, Vanderbilt, or
get
Oklahoma. You're ready to go Saturday, 2 hours for kickoff.
Yeah.
It's
Tuesday.
It's Monday
Wednesday.
through Friday with prep.
Yep.
And if that you're not focused. And, so I think they'll get their full attention of people this year, and I will be interested in how they respond.
I always loved on Saturday, Friday nights or Saturday when some insider goes, "Oh man, the team's ready to go." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, really? I mean, what do you think?" I mean, okay.
I mean, literally,
I laugh at that every time. I mean, that is the most amusing thing, and
it really is.
And the people like on message boards are like, "Oh, it's good to hear, man. It fires me up." I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for the guy that ever goes, "Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I was just around the team." And those cats aren't even thinking about the game. They're not even remotely interested. In fact, they're like eating Twinkies and laying around playing video games. They're not even remote. No, they didn't even have team meetings tonight. They didn't even have a team meal. They're not even at the. Come on, stop.
I'm sitting here trying to think. I guarantee you. Okay, I wish fans would know this. I'm going to tell it. I don't think anybody's ever talked about this before. Probably the biggest game that I've went into that I was like, I think everybody attending knew that what the outcome was going to be. When I was at Arkansas State, we played Texas Southern. Okay, we beat them 83-3. Okay. All right. All right. You knew if you went into that locker room 2 hours before kick and you just took a video camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the exact same intensity, focus, locked in that the Alabama Crimson Tide were in the Superdome getting ready to play Ohio State in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get to the stadium,
you're ready to go.
Every player is ready to go.
Yeah, because it's time to play.
It's time to play.
Yeah.
Like you don't ever have I've never on game day had to go, "You guys better lock your ass in." I've never had to do that.
No.
Ever. Matter of fact, if I've done anything, it was like I've tried to loosen them up a little bit because I thought they were a little wound too tight. I didn't want them to be anxious.
Yeah.
Like you just want them to play. But there's a difference between being focused and being anxious, right?
Yeah.
And so I've had to do the other way, but I've never had to go, "By God, y'all better get ready to play." I mean, now they are. They're getting paid for it. You know, it's like it's time.
Yeah.
They want to get their stats, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, but again, like you said, the focus is during the week.
Austin, thank you for the super chat. He wants to know if you were hand-raised guy at the University of Memphis right now, what would you advise they do next? He says they have to leave the American.
I would actually.
I don't know where you'd go.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. And today in football, anyway, I can't speak for the whole athletic department because I think everything's got different motives. But I would not try to get in a Power 5 league if I was the football program. Is it easier for them to make the playoffs in the American, or is it easier to make them make the playoffs in the Big 12?
The playoff part, it's easier to make.
But that's where the real money comes from football.
Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about you got to be the one group of 5 that makes it. I mean,
they don't have to beat.
Right, but I'm talking but from a selling tickets, getting players, getting fans excited, all of that stuff, you're much better off if you could find a way to get into a Power 4. I just don't think they're attractive enough to get into a Power 4. I don't know what the Big 12 gets. I know what Memphis gets if they get into the Big 12. I don't know what the Big 12 gets if they get Memphis, other than the $250 million, which is a lot of money, and it makes you think about it. But that's a one-time payment, and now you got Memphis in your league.
Yeah.
And so I just don't. At the end of the day, maybe you just rally. Maybe you take a look at this newly formed pack, whatever they're going to call it, 12 or 10 or whatever. Maybe you could figure out a way into that. But,
I don't think, but I'm with you.
Not every guy's walking into the bar and leaving with the prettiest girl. This is not how it works. And sometimes you got to go, you know what? I'm the fat bald guy, and I'm going to have to stay in my lane here.
I just don't think. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it's a negative that they didn't get in, or it is what it is. I'm sure they have their reasons for doing it. and they got all their, cost analysis reports and this and that and TV contracts and all that. But like, I don't necessarily think it's a terrible thing either. Me personally.
Jeffrey Wright just sent me, let me see if I can read this, little breaking stuff. He
Okay.
says, speaking of conference alignment, he says, report, says written on 3, I'll give credit where credit's due, Alex Byington.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alex, if I mispronounced your name, I'm sorry. I apologize. Give credit where credit's due. On 3 Rivals says, in the college sports world, is the college sports world ready for another round of realignment? If a report from Inside Carolina is accurate, North Carolina could be exploring a move away from the SEC for the SEC, according to a report from the Sports Business Journal. The University of North Carolina is reportedly among several schools interested in seeking a potential departure from the ACC whenever the next round of college realignment happens, and even could be considered at the front of the pack alongside Clemson per the SBJ.
I was about to say, they come in pairs. They don't come in by one.
Said his sources reportedly named the SEC as the conference the Tar Heels are aiming to land. The Sports Journal Business Journal reported the ACC's exit fees dropped from $93 million to a flat $75 million threshold, beginning with the 2030-31 academic year. And Inside Carolina sources reportedly suggest that year would figure to become an important final line of demarcation if the Tar Heels haven't made their departure sooner.
Okay, I was about to say, we got to wait till 2031 to figure out this happens.
It's not that long, 5 years, man. It's not. Yeah, get closer and closer. Look, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know how much clearer I can say it. I don't. I'm sourced on this. I'm right.
Okay.
North Carolina wants to be in the SEC, and the SEC wants North Carolina to be in the SEC. There aren't many schools. That
you heard it here first.
There aren't many schools that the SEC wants.
Make sure you tag Neal McCready broke it first when you send out the tweets.
I mean, the SEC wanted Texas, Oklahoma, North Carolina, and I believe Virginia.
Yeah, I was about to say, where did Virginia go? They were always in the conversation.
They got Texas. They got OU. They're going to get North Carolina, and I'm sure they'll add one because 17 schools doesn't make sense. They'll only do it if the TV's willing to pay for it, if there's enough money to justify splitting the pie a little bit. So you're talking about a lot of money. North Carolina's a big brand. It's one of the few big unaffiliated, one of the few brands that could jump. The only brand bigger is Notre Dame. That's it, of the unconnected. There has always been resistance about Clemson.
Why? I'm genuinely asking.
It was in a different era. Because for a long time, it was about footprint. Okay. Clemson doesn't expand your footprint. It's close to Auburn. It's close to South Carolina. It's close to Georgia. It doesn't expand your footprint. Now that we're talking about streaming and products and brands, Clemson's a pretty big brand. Might make more sense.
They're good in the Big Three.
I know the league wanted to add academic prowess, because that's one of the things that's always kind of hurt them a little bit is you've got some schools in the Deep South that don't have elite academic reputations.
What are you talking about?
Well, you don't. Seriously. North Carolina does.
Yes, they do.
Virginia obviously does.
Yes, they do.
We'll see. I don't think.
Will we be alive when this happens?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if we live natural lives, yes. The ACC is not long for this world. I'm just telling you it's not. So the ACC has an expiration date. The ACC is ending 2030-31.
So what you're telling me, what you're breaking right here on McCready and Siskey is you're telling me that in 5 years, everybody is going to be in the Big Ten and the SEC, and then there's going to be a breakaway.
Yeah. You know what? In all seriousness, if you told me that that's what's coming in 5 years, where I've disagreed with you is not disagreeing with you. It's more, I don't think when people say it's imminent, I think the word imminent means like now. Right. And I don't think it's coming now because there's too many obstacles to get past.
All right, how about this? It's the next big they're exhausting all avenues literally with like a lot this week with what is going on right now with this House settlement and what comes out of it.
Yeah.
when they realize that they can't get it fixed out of that will be the next thing, whether that's in 2 years or 5 years.
Well, and I've said this many times. I mean, I feel like I'm being broken record. If you're sitting at the room in Chapel Hill, if you're in the room and you're the people that are decision makers, and you're one of the people that's essentially a stockholder, you're not a stockholder, but a person who has to report to the stockholders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how you sit in that room with the stockholders, and they know this too, and say, hey, look, so if we were in the SEC, we would be making
it's over double
this pile of money.
Yeah, it's a little over double.
Now, we can stay in the ACC where we are right now, and we're going to make this pile of money. This pile of money is probably never going to get any bigger. This pile of money has a chance to really get bigger. Now, the people that manage this pile of money, they want us. The people that manage this pile of money are going to completely go out of business if we leave them. What do you think? And someone goes, well, let's walk through the pros and cons. Okay, let's do it. I'm in. All right, what are the pros to joining the SEC? Okay, well, we mentioned this big pile of money, right? Okay, that's one.
Number one.
The other one is long-term stability. We're set. We're set. Number two.
You saying the SEC doesn't have those meetings every year discussing if somebody wants to leave or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nobody. I always laugh at that. You know, if I were Arkansas, if I were South Carolina, I'd want to get out. I'm like, you would be fired immediately the moment you said that.
Every time Vandy's name comes up, I'm like, guys.
If I'm Vandy, I'm getting out.
Ask Tulane and Cumberland and Georgia Tech.
Look at Sewanee.
Yeah, it was Sewanee. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Sewanee kind of wishes, you know. Yeah. But no, I mean, you're like, if you're North Carolina, you go, so let me get this right. We could get in that league and suddenly have these home and aways with Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Kentucky,
LSU, Texas,
LSU, and we'll join a basketball league where everybody's good, everybody's invested, and we'll have a natural rivalry now with Kentucky.
Oh,
okay. What are the cons? Well, the cons are, that long-term rivalry we've always had with Wake Forest is kind of going to go out the window.
We're going to have to play Duke and non-con in basketball.
I mean, it's just it's a complete.
Do you mean to tell you who's for it? Let me tell you who's 100% for Clemson joining? South Carolina, because they can go add a real non-con instead of having to play Clemson at the end of every year.
So I don't know who joins with North Carolina when it happens. And look, there will be people at North Carolina that will go, let's go to the Big Ten. It's a more prestigious academic environment.
Academically, they fit better.
But the deal is, for their fan base, you ask their fans, you can join one of the two leagues. It's a no-brainer.
Ask Bill Belichick what he wants to do. He wants to smoke.
Well, he won't be there at the time, so that doesn't matter. But
he's got a 5-year deal, Neal.
It's true. Sure. Their fan base is going to say, let's join the SEC. It would be an absolute jolt of electricity to their football program.
Nash said he wished Tech would join back. I bet Tech does too.
Bannerman, thank you for the super chat. Just appreciate you. That's generous of you. Appreciate that quite a bit.
All right, real quick.
Before you do that,
tell me.
Before you do that, Tyler,
tell me about that.
You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans?
I got a lot of things, but go ahead.
Getting burned by your old wireless bill.
Oh,
that's not what belongs. So while you're planning those beach trips, barbecues, your 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back, Tyler.
I know, man.
That's why I made the switch to Mint Mobile. With Mint, you can get the coverage and speed you're used to, but for way less money. And for a limited time, Mint Mobile is offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for $15 a month.
How about that WNBA?
So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling, literally and financially. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of unlimited service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/MPW. That's mintmobile.com/MPW. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time, new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
That was impressive. We're $294.
Happy Alex Caruso Day, everybody.
I think we should put the headband on. Let's do it.
I'll do it. Why not?
Let's do it. While you're doing that, do you know what? Do you know why you need to put the headband on? Because
it's Alex Caruso Day.
Because it's summertime and it's hot. But guess what?
It is hot.
The deals at Kia of Meridian are even hotter. You can get 1.9% on the 2025 Sorrento and Sportage. And just in case you need a low payment and a great warranty, the Kia K4 has payments as low as $379 a month. That's right, $379 a month.
$379.
And you know what? School sports, they're fast approaching.
Yes.
They're like here. They're getting here.
Basically.
There's no better way to get there than a brand spanking new Kia Carnival.
It's the best way.
They got over 70 brand new vehicles in stock. So make sure you go see them at Kia Meridian, or better yet, give Trav a call. Area code 601-483-6444. And whatever you do, even if you show up with your Alex Caruso headband on, your Alex Caruso jersey,
yeah,
you show up.
Say, Trav, I got this, but you know what?
Trav, Trav, hang on. I got to put down my Mint Mobile phone, Trav. And here I need you to pull it out, Trav, because it's time to spin the wheel. And win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more.
Yep.
So check them out.
Yep.
On TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
Unbelievable.
At Kia of Meridian. Neal, like I told you before, and I will tell you again, we're also brought to you by the official RV dealer, McCready Siskey, County Line Campers, right there off I-10, exit 38 in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Unbelievable.
The campers at County Line Campers are perfect for escaping your in-laws or pretending that you're roughing it, because tents are for college kids and people who hate happiness. Right now, you can get 90% off original MSRP. That's 90% off MSRP on their huge lineup of pre-loved RVs, like a brand spanking like new FR3 Class A motorhome, as little as $500 a month. And for folks who like their RVs the way they like their socks and underwear, completely untouched, they have over 100 new RVs to choose from, and dozens under $350 a month. That's less than your bar tab. So make sure you check them out at countylinecampers.com or on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and check out Miss Destiny's awesome walkthroughs on all of their new products.
There you go.
How about that?
Unbelievable.
I want to briefly I'll touch on one because it kind of showed up. Eli Drinkwitz got extended today through 2029, so basically bumped him out 5 years.
Yep.
And well-deserved.
Yeah, he's done a really good job.
He's done a great job.
Yeah, won a bunch of games.
Won a bunch of games. I will tell you this.
Made Mizzou relevant.
Let me tell you what else he's done. I think he'll be there for a while, but he has made the way, and it's not just Eli, and he's done a phenomenal job. I also give, throughout this, the first stage of the NIL era that we went through, Missouri went way ahead above what anybody really expected of them to do.
Yep.
In supporting and giving them resources. He's had great coaches, shout out to my guy, Jacob Peeler, my guy, Corey Batoon, defense coordinator there.
Well, and this might be Missouri getting a little ahead of something too.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of jobs that could come open that his name would pop up.
Well, I'll tell you this. They have demonstrated they can get the resources to get together to keep him if they would like to.
Yeah.
So he's done a hell of a job. You got to give him credit for that.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then shout out to my guy, Rich Rod. Shout out to the McCready Siskey regular. He's been on our show 3 or 4 times. I don't know.
We got a couple of ties to West Virginia now. You got Rich Rod,
Yep.
and the president there, the new chancellor, is Michael Benson.
How about that?
Good friend of mine.
How about that?
Former chancellor at Eastern Kentucky, and then most recently Coastal Carolina. Just started this month at West Virginia.
How about that?
So he's very friendly to athletics.
Yeah.
Very much understands the importance of athletics to a school like West Virginia. He will be He would probably be a good boss for Rich.
Yeah, Rich is stud. I really it bothered and it probably he's used to it, so it doesn't bother him at all. Like the whole Rich Rod, every time he coaches, they got to catch him losing his mind thing, and it gives off the fans and the people a perception that he's a crazy person. Which I guarantee you can follow any coach around and catch him at the right times. But this is like Rich Rod is one of the best dudes of all time. I mean, he's just I was very fortunate to get to know him out of the office as a friend. He's just an awesome person. His family's awesome. But this is a Rich Rod thing, right? So Rich Rod, I want to give you this detail of his contract. You'll like this. So he's got he's got hard edge. He's got spot the ball. He's got hold the rope. He's got these monikers that he has, I guess, intellectual property over.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to allow West Virginia to license it. And they're going to take 50%. So his section of the license is going to go right back to his players.
Smart.
Rich Rod taking care of his guys. Like he takes care of his people. You know what I mean? Like he's always done he's one of the best in the business at taking care of his guys. You know what I mean? Like he's a stud. And I thought that was completely awesome because he'll sell a gazillion hard edge shirts and everything at West Virginia ball games and stuff.
Yeah.
And 50% of the merch sales are going back.
Well, now you don't have to
justify
hide it. Yeah,
don't have to justify.
You can just
That's
pass
legit.
it out.
Yeah.
You can just pass it out.
That's legit. All right.
You can just pull it out.
Pull it out. Trav, pull it out. The couple things here. It's that time of the year, Neal. The NFL camps have started.
Yes.
And the college camps will be underway within the next week. And it's your yearly reminder that injuries will happen.
Yes.
They will happen.
I know something else is going to happen.
You want to share?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Two things. People are going to walk around practice fields, and they're going to do two things. They're going to try to put together a depth chart.
Are you going to be one of those guys?
No.
Okay, I was just checking.
Which will piss people off.
It will.
It will piss people off. They'll get mad at me. And then the second thing that they will do is we will only get to see, this is so important. We will only get to see the part of practice where the players are going through individual drills. And
hey, Neal, who's looking good?
Everyone. Essentially stretching.
How's that? How are you looking routes on air today, Neal?
So yes, we will see some offense going down the field.
Yeah, routes on air
against
no one.
Occasionally, they'll throw 3 or 4 GAs out there to represent a defense.
Occasionally,
very rarely,
very rarely.
It will mostly be 11 dudes going against literally the southern humidity,
which is kind of
which
thick.
is strong.
Yeah. It's pretty thick right now.
But still.
Yes.
People will, nonetheless, write glowing reviews of how the team looks. So let's be clear. This is a Southeastern Conference team full of athletes who have been training all summer in tip-top shape, going against air. Yeah, they're going to win. Okay?
Not many balls will hit the ground. They're pretty good at it.
Not many.
Yeah.
But the ones that do hit the ground will not be reported.
No.
We will just talk about, unbelievable, you wouldn't have believed the catch that so-and-so made. I'm like, yes, there was no one guarding him at all.
It's like doing 7-on-7 stats for quarterbacks.
Except in 7-on-7, I mean, there's another 7.
Yeah, but there's not 4 trying to rip your throat out.
Right. But even there's not anybody trying to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, every route's
no
perfect.
Targeting either. No threat of going across the middle and getting your bell rung.
So that gets reported and everybody goes,
no cutting crossers.
So people will go, well, the other site said that so-and-so and so-and-so looks really good. I'm like, well, okay. And then the part that just doesn't ever happen is when the games start.
The guy doesn't play.
He doesn't play. And people go, well, why isn't so-and-so playing? I heard that he was doing great in practice. Well, we didn't see practice. We just saw the first part of practice, and then they threw us out. And so my rule is, unless the coach comes in and says, man, little Joey Johnson he's blown us away. We didn't really have expectations for Joey going into camp. It's clear that he's going to play. And hell, he might start. Unless we get that, I'm not going there. Because there will come a point where the referees will show up and the bands and the whole deal, and they'll blow a whistle, and someone's going to flip a coin, and someone's going to call heads or tails, and someone's going to we defer.
What's that score? What's that scoreboard?
It's going to be nothing to nothing. 0-0, 15.00. Quarter, QTR is going to say 1. And someone's going to kick the ball, likely out of the back of the end zone. And then someone's going to take the ball.
In the back?
Yep.
Okay.
And someone's going to take the ball 1st and 10 on the 25, and the referee guy's going to go, and then the ball's going to get snapped, and he's going to go, and they're going to start the clock, and they're going to keep stats. And the people who play, play, and the people who don't play. And now we have data to actually talk about, because what I've learned about football, and I've covered a lot of games, and at every single one of them, they stat everything.
They do. It's crazy.
Everything. I'm going to know everything about the stats. And then at the end of that game, I'll be able to say, hey, I noticed that so-and-so only played a handful of snaps. Is that just because he's developing or whatever? And then I might get some form of a quasi-answer.
Doing good. Doing really good. Bring him along.
So it's one of the reasons that, like, August to me can be a little frustrating if you're trying to be disciplined in your reporting.
I couldn't imagine.
Because not everyone else is going to share that same level of discipline.
I couldn't imagine.
And so it's just going to be so-and-so's gotten bigger, stronger, faster. Okay, well, that's good, because the kids on the other 15 teams in the league, they are too.
Can I give a PSA to all reporters too?
Sure.
In today's world. Now you have them in June and July, and you're able to do a couple more things. And you're trying, and you're so limited on your depth because of the immediate eligibility that's going on. You are not going to put your really good players in danger. So when they're reps, they get reps. You may see them in routes on air, but you're not the reps that count. The guys that you're counting on playing, you'll never see anything they do. You guys will be long gone.
Yeah, long gone.
Long gone, because you're just not
so
practicing.
So
you're trying to get them to Saturday now
because
you don't have as much depth.
People will put out depth charts that
and
that
aren't accurate.
Well, and this is where.
Because
seriously, this is where I'm pro the coaches on this. I don't think that's, given the environment today, I don't think that's a big ask when they go, hey, just don't do a depth chart. The depth chart creates these issues for us. Because here's the deal. Seriously.
No, it's bad.
And this comes across like me being a smartass. But pick a team, any team.
Nebraska.
When Nebraska opens the season, literally from the first play, say they kick off, they can only put 11 dudes out there.
That's
it. If they run 12 or 13 out there, it's going to be a penalty. And that's 5 yards. And they're going to record that in this aforementioned stat sheet.
You but to ask about that.
So they're going to run 11 people out there. So they're going to kick it off. It's going to go through the back of the end zone. All the players are going to sprint to the end of the field, get all excited. Fans are going to go crazy. Then another 11 are going to come in. That's going to be called the starting defense. And you can start building an actual depth chart off of
maybe
personnel who plays. But you will have, this is the starting offensive line.
Yep.
The dude that plays left tackle, left tackle for Nebraska. Let's say Nebraska wins the toss. Other team kicks it through the end zone. They take it over at the 25. The dude that lines up at left tackle in snap number 1 is probably the starter, unless the other dude got tested for drugs or something and he got suspended for a game. That dude's probably the starter. I don't know why we can't. I don't know why we in the media can't wait for that. And then because here's the thing. I think sometimes if that's the one request that really is made of us, and we go, all right, it's cool. I actually think some of the people who crave the access would get more of it, because it's not like the NFL. In the NFL, who gives a shit, right? They're going to give you, because those are pros. These are like, in the NFL, if you play for the Panthers and you're not starting, you can quit. It's cool. You can't quit and go to somebody else. You can't transfer to the Bucks next week.
Right.
At the college game, they're just trying to they don't want all these parents going, well, I read that, or the coach going, I read that my kid's third string, so he's not playing, so we're getting in the portal right now. No sense in him getting out there and getting hurt. You deal with all that stuff. I understand where the coaches come from on that. Why do you have to do that? I understand it. There are people in my field, I'm not talking about anybody specifically, I swear I'm not. But there are people in my field that are like, no, if I'm out there, I got to put together a depth chart. Fans want the depth chart. I'm like, okay, but you could also explain that here's why the coaches don't want the depth chart. And in this case, and coaches a lot of times are super paranoid, but in this case, they're on to something. I mean, I'm like, I see the point.
All right, I got to tell this funny one. All right, I can't say the school, though, because I actually like the guy, so he'll probably get mad if he knows it's him. I was at a school that they did when you went to go, all right, you broke down, and the SID grabs the coaches or the players, for post-practice interviews, right? When you leave, he'll say, hey, I need you to do that. Well, the SID grabs me, and he's like, hey, I need you for, post-practice interview. It's in bowl practice. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there, and there's 4 or 5 reporters there, and nobody's asking me questions. Mm-hmm. And so finally I go, we practiced in the morning. I had shit to do. I was like, hey, did you need me for something? He goes, yeah, for me. I was like, okay, I didn't know what was going on. So he does the SID would do an article and put it on the website. He was the reporter for the website. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so it's our own SID, okay? The guy that works for the school. Mm-hmm. And it's bowl prep. He's like, I can't say the player's name either because I get away. I had a starter, and he was like, what are your plans for this player and playing him and getting him involved early in the bowl game? And I was like, same as it is every week. I was like, he's a starter. He goes, that's why I was asking you, because he only started in 8 games this year. And I looked at him, I was like, he started every game for 2 years that I've been here. He's like, no, he only started 8 games. I really want to know, are you planning to get him going early and starting him? And I was like, dude, he has started every game I've ever been here. Like every game. No injuries. He started every game. I'm sitting here because he's my SID, so I can kind of talk to him like this. He's like, no, I'm telling you, he's only started 8, and that's why I'm asking the question, because people want to know why is he not starting. And I finally go back. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, you can go look. So I look, sure enough, on the stat sheet, it says he only started 8 games.
Because he didn't play the first snap.
Because we started 4 games in 12 personnel.
Right.
And we're an 11-base team, and he was the slot. So when we go 12 personnel, we were 12 personnel in those games like 10% of the time. We just started the game of the game plan in 12 personnel with 2 tight ends. And so you had to come off the field. And then I went back to him. I was like, you asked me a question of why he's not playing. The guy's played 70 snaps a game for 12 games.
T doesn't normally watch the show on video, which is good. T, thanks for being here. This is not an everyday thing. This is Alex Caruso Day. Today is Alex Caruso Day in the city of Oklahoma City. So I'm just showing respect to the great Alex Caruso on his big day. The headband will not be a regular. In fact, the headband's about to come off because
come on, dog.
Come on,
we got to finish the show.
I'll finish the show. Then the headband goes away.
Go away. We'll bring the Joker mask out next time. We got to get you a mask for this year. We got to find you a superhero to wear.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be good. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Let's finish.
I've already agreed today on the show on Blue Sky Live.
Okay. I like this.
If Texas A&M makes the playoffs,
okay,
Jeffrey and I both have agreed because we're refusing to do this.
I'm on an island by myself. I know it. It's okay.
I mean, Hunter Biden.
I don't even argue with you.
Hunter Biden the other day was no, hold on. Hunter Biden the other day did an interview with a guy on a famous YouTuber, and he was giving him.
Not on TikTok, so you're good.
He was detailing him the difference between crack cocaine and cocaine. That's the truth. He did.
I thought that was AI.
No, it was real.
When I was like, this can't be real. I just passed it off.
And so, for a lot of people, picking Texas A&M to win before the season is crack cocaine. I mean, you just can't stop. And this year, I'm resisting.
I can't do it, dude. It is. I'm a sucker. I'm an addict.
I mean, you see, you're on. But if you're right and I'm wrong, I will get a Texas A&M jersey and I will wear it every day, every show for a full week. I will wear it for the whole week, and I will own being just completely stubborn about it because I know.
What about we talked about this? We do the white with the white cheerleading outfit.
No. Put a jersey on. No, because no.
That would be fun.
Those cats are really fit too, because I wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean, they really are.
Yeah,
I mean, weird as hell.
It's not their fault,
but fit. But you do the star thing, recruits on the roster who are 4 or 5 star recruits.
Yeah.
They're like 70 something, almost 80% of the roster, which is insane. Like they're super talented. I just won't do it. No, because you start down that road with just a little bump of Texas A&M, and next thing you know, you are.
Look, I get it.
Next thing you know, you are Hunter Biden in the White House.
I understand y'all are gonna make fun of me. I know it. And I can't do it. All right, I want to
Aggie addicts.
Yes,
That's it.
All right, I got a few things, and we'll wrap up the show right here. And I don't want to talk about this, but I do have to have a PSA here. This PSA goes out, and I'm sure Cole will clip this. He'll love this part. This is a PSA to the College Sports Commission, to the plaintiff attorneys, to Trump, to Congress. August 1st, as Neal knows, is 8 days away.
It's true. As T points out, Reveille, the collie, she lost her eye.
Yeah.
She took no eye in team way too far.
It would be really awesome it'd be really awesome. This is a message from all GMs. I've had 5 GMs say, you should say this. It'd be really cool if sometime in the next 8 days that y'all could come up with. They don't care what the rules are. If you'll just make a rule, just so they can they have to put it on paper for the recruits in 8 days.
I hate to break it to them.
So if you could come up with something, I don't care. Do you want the collectives to count, not count? We had this thing. You called me the other morning and asked me about something that's changed already. Plus, since our show on Monday,
yep.
The plaintiff they've reached an agreement. Then they didn't reach an agreement, and then Trump's plan came out, and then we had collective bargaining introduced in Congress. That's happened since Monday.
Trump's got bigger issues than
he does.
He does.
Sometime the next 8 days, can someone? This is a message from college athletic departments to you guys. Can someone give them guidance on what they can put on paper August 1st in 8 days? That'd be great. That's a message. I'm just being a spokesperson for the athletic departments. They would actually like that. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Reveille is a pretty dog. No question about that. She's a beautiful dog.
All right.
And I feel bad about her eye situation. And it was a bad joke, and
that's okay.
I apologize.
All right. And I want to finish on this.
This is kind of funny, though.
This is great. You did not see this.
Taste.
This is probably not going to surprise you and surprise you at the same time.
Hey, before you do that, let me tell you this. If you're looking to get out of corporate America, you're looking for your next business venture, interested in learning about a business or a franchise, you need to get in touch with my guy, Andy Ludicky, diehard college football fan, franchise veteran. He'll work with you to help you find a franchise or a business that fits your DNA. He's an awesome guy. I love Andy. I've had beers with him a couple times. Great dude. He loves to help other people. All you got to do is just call him, learn about his process and services, and that's 100% free. The consultation's free. It'll cost you nothing.
Nothing? Like free?
Free. It's a no-brainer for those of you wanting to get into business ownership. He's helped a lot of people. So call Andy. Great guy. Ton of business experience to lean on throughout the process. It's 404-973-9901. Andy at myperfectfranchise.net. You know what I'm doing later today?
What's that?
Doing a hand raise, guys.
Ooh.
You know what I'm going to do?
What you gonna
First, I'm going to open up a Ghost in the Machine. And I'm going to pour it into a cup.
Wow.
Right there. And I'm going to take calls, talk to people.
Say hello.
About what they want to talk about, whatever that is.
Their show.
Texas A&M, Hunter Biden, whatever. But I'm going to use, I'm going to have a Ghost. Because it's made by Parish Brewing Company.
How about
That's why.
that?
Because Parish Brewing Company makes phenomenal craft brewed beer. If you like beer, you got to try Parish. You got Ghost in the Machine. You got Dr. Juice, Envy, Pescador, Canebrake, so many other brands. If you see Parish Brewing Company at your favorite bar, at your favorite restaurant, at your favorite grocery store, give it a shot. You'll be hooked. You'll be glad you did. You'll love it. Parish Brewing Company.
All right. One of the things I want to finish with this, and I actually got statistics today, and I was a little bit floored is not the right word. I knew it was bad. Okay, I knew it was bad because of all the stuff I had to hear all day long.
Yep.
I just didn't realize how bad it was.
Yep.
Like even I was surprised. All right. So one of the things, and I've talked to you off camera and off microphone about several of these. Maybe the most untalked about shit show that's going on right now in college athletics is the representation of the athletes. Okay.
Yes.
No one is reporting it. No one is reporting it. How big of a shit show the representation of the athletes are. And I mean, this is not hyperbole here. On a daily basis, I hear of another example of like, holy shit, are you serious? When it comes to the representation of athletes.
Yep.
Well, I got some numbers for you today.
Okay.
Well, this little thing called NIL Go, right? They have to sign up, and they have to sign up as a representative or an agent when they sign up for their account, right?
Yep.
Did you know that right now in NIL Go, there are 1,970 representatives / agents signed up in NIL Go?
170?
1,970.
1,000. That feels like a lot.
Okay. Just to give you some perspective here. Okay. If you took every single football player that plays football, walk-ons included, in the Southeastern Football Conference, and each of them had a individual single agent, you'd still have like 300 sitting over here with no clients. Imagine every person that puts on a uniform in the Southeastern Conference had one agent. You'd still have 300 and something hanging out over here on the side.
Feels like a lot of agents.
A lot of agents.
Yeah.
Just to give you some perspective, there are, I would say, between 100 and 200 credible agents in the business. Yet 1,970 of them are.
Yeah, I would say 200 is a big number. 200 is a big number. Yeah. You're stretching.
I'm being generous.
You're being very generous.
But
with the word credible.
In college, some of them are marketing agents that aren't like my brother-in-law. He doesn't do contracts in the pros. He does endorsements, right? But there's between 100 and 200 of them like real agents, which is like it's less than 5%. And some of these stories are just horror stories that you're getting, and it's like every day. And so my advice, another PSA to all recruits out there and young bucks that are navigating the NIL waters and your brand is worth some money. If you have any ability to market yourself and or make money as a player in college, and when I say money, 6 figures plus, okay?
Okay.
You are doing yourself a major disservice. You're hindering yourself, and you're creating issues if your agent is someone you're related to or someone you've known since you were a kid. You should go out and try to hire a real agent.
Yes.
Because they just don't know. And I'm not going to say who it is. I was texting an agent about this today. I said, what in the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
His little words back was, a lot of damn Uncle Ricos out there these days. It's like literally 95%.
You guys still feuding, by the way?
Are
you and Rico?
Who's that?
Didn't you and Rico have a thing last year?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate his service to our country. He doesn't need my help. He's had other issues since me.
Oh.
But I appreciate his service to our country, though. I mean that.
Okay.
He's a veteran.
Okay.
But 95% of the people you're dealing with are dads, uncles, street agents. They're not even real agents, and they are taking these kids to the woodshed, percentage-wise.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they don't even understand how like deals work. So they'll get somebody that's worth money will get an agent. They will get real deals for them. Then they will try to circumvent the agent and not pay the agent the money that they're owed.
No.
They will try to circumvent, cut the deal.
You're telling me that happens?
Yeah. So this is usually how it goes. It's like the real agent goes and gets the deal, right?
Right.
All right. Right before it's signed, the street agent / relative will come in from behind, redo the deal, but they forget that little legal piece of representative paperwork that they sign. They'll forget that that's kind of legally binding, right? And they won't pay the deal because they got that deal for that kid. And so it's when you look at the portal and these deals that are done, you got, hey, I want you to represent our boy here, and you'll go represent them, and they'll start negotiating. The agent will start negotiating with the collective back then, and I guess now the athletic department will start negotiating the deal. And then the whole time that they're negotiating, the other person close to them will go and try to negotiate as well at the same time. So you got like multiple camps. It's a complete shit show, to the point to where there have been multiple calls with like, hey, who is representing the businesses that are trying to do real NIL? Like, hey, who is representing this guy? I've talked like some of them 10 people. There are players that have 10 people trying to cut deals with the same company. One player, 10 people trying to cut a deal with one company. It's a complete and utter shit show. So,
well, and they're only listen. There's only a handful of players who really have corporate NIL value. I mean, we're talking about a small handful of players.
1% to 2%, maybe, and that's probably high.
Well, 2% is way too high.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's about the whole picture.
Yeah. 1% is probably too high.
Yeah.
But that's probably the ballpark of the number.
Yeah.
The number of actual college football players who have
real NIL value.
Real corporate NIL value.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning a corporation, its allegiances
Visa.
Its allegiances be damned, could say this player endorsing our product has value, real monetary value for our product.
Yep.
1% is the absolute highest, and that's too high. The rest of them, I mean, you don't need 10 people to negotiate a deal with, Chico's bail bonds. You just don't. I mean, but hey, in this, with the way the way the ruling got done, I'm not really sure that you need anything. So why are you giving a percent of whatever you're getting to an agent when you're just going to get the money anyway? Here's the truth. You want to make more money? Play well.
Play well.
Play well. Because at the end of the year, they're either going to try to retain you or you're going to be able to jump in the portal. And they'll pay you whatever it takes to get you to come, because the way that it's shaping up today, there's no rules. There's kind of a rule. It's kind of like, hey, we got to kind of justify this.
But they don't have any teeth.
But they don't, there's no, I don't know how a collective, a NIL Go, CRC, CDC, FBS,
CFC,
whatever. I don't know how they would go, okay, well, there was reportedly an appearance. You had to make an appearance. They're not going to dive into the minutia of that appearance. They're
Correct.
not going to come in and go, well, okay, how long did you stay? 97 minutes. No, you're just going to, I showed up. Look, I took a picture, I'm out.
Yeah.
So guys are just going to literally pop in on one of these appearance thingies. Someone's going to take a picture so you can put it on some social media or literally just have proof that they were physically there. In, out, bang, gone.
Let me tell you,
and they're going to get their money.
Let me tell you what they're going to do, just so you know. It's like Grove Collective, Ole Miss, right? They have a Twitter account.
Yeah.
Snap, post, snap, post, snap, post,
Yeah.
snap, post. And that's it. That's it. They were there.
Yeah.
Because the trick is, like,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it. And so what you do when you do that, not to get on this topic,
correct.
but what you do when you do that is that you literally make it the Yankees and the Pirates. And so if Yankees, Dodgers, Pirates, look,
the thing we don't know yet, that's missing, that we don't know yet, is that still allegedly is subject to market value. Those have not been pushed through yet.
Yeah.
So are they going to rubber stamp it? Or I still don't. I think they're going to try. Don't say it's going to work. They're going to try to say somebody's going to try to push through a ridiculous number. Okay.
Yep.
And then you'll know right then The second they allow any school, okay, since we're here in
Alaska
Oxford,
State.
Alaska State,
Yep.
as soon as they allow Alaska State to pay their quarterback $500,000 for an appearance fee,
Yep.
as soon as that happens one time,
It's off to the races.
there's no putting it back in the box.
So you just had has been my point all along. I think this is where you and I are kind of on the same page. I think
We're a lot more on the same page than you think we are.
Yeah. They put up some guardrails going into this season. Basically, what happened was the collectives looked at those guardrails and went, no.
Because it was going to put them out of business.
And so the NCAA, they folded. They went, yeah, okay, we'll take them down. And so there are no guardrails.
Well, they
and so every time they try to put up some artificial guardrails and someone says something about it, they're like, yeah, you're right. Because if it ever gets to court, they're going to lose. You cannot cap someone's earning potential without a collectively bargained agreement.
Yeah.
A courtroom is always going to go that way. Unless, I'm being quick here, and this is never going to happen, unless all of the schools essentially collude and get together and go, we're going to have discipline, damn it. We're going to have discipline. We're not going to do this. No one's breaking away. And now that's illegal, but if you could pull that off.
Yeah, they tamper too.
Yeah, and no one could prove that you actually made an agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could pull it off. Otherwise, you just can't. And then you've got some schools that are willing, they've proven it. They're willing to go 50-something, Texas A&M, $50-something million in player compensation. Not in just football, but in everything. Once you get to that place, it's just an arms race.
Yeah. The trick is like I said this on your soon-to-be board. I don't think someone's ever called half pregnant, right? And so all they did technically and again, they said there was, as Ross Dellinger reported, they came to an agreement, and then the CSC came out and said, "Oh no, we haven't really, but we're working on it." Whatever it ends up being. I'm tired of freaking assuming, right? All they did was say now the collectives, because they had wiped this out, they're allowed to be a third party.
Breaking news.
Breaking. Let's go.
Donald Trump, according to Ross Dellinger,
he signed it.
The White House announces that President Donald Trump has signed the executive order related to college sports. This is the from the White House.
Hey, so take everything we said in the last 5 minutes and throw it in the trash can. Now this is it.
For a minute.
August 1st, it'll change again.
Donald Trump, the White House fact sheet. I'm reading from the White House. Okay, so chill out. If I were at the White House, my hand would be raised, going, "Hey, we probably ought to handle some of the other stuff before we do this." But
where's Tulsi Gabbard?
Yeah. Get Tulsi in here. President Donald J. Trump saves college sports.
Oh!
Saving college sports. Today, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order to protect student athletes and collegiate athletic scholarships and opportunities, including in Olympic and non-revenue programs.
That's nice.
And the unique American institution of college sports.
Is the words antitrust in there anywhere?
I'm looking. Hold on.
Because it's going to have to be.
I'm going to have to go to whitehouse.gov to read the whole thing. This might end up being what we do on Hand Raise Guys a little bit. Yeah.
Let me tell you who I feel for right now.
Ross.
Well, yeah, I've always felt for Ross. I can't imagine. Right now, somewhere at your local university that you pull for, there's somebody that's been typing up these contracts for August 1st and just went.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
All right, got to start back over.
I'm seeing if I can pull this up where I can read it.
What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, Ross has done a phenomenal job.
Ross
with this.
is great.
He got the. If you go to, I'll link it. I'll link it here.
I'll read it when I get done.
Ross got the executive order earlier in the month. I'm putting it in the screen.
Yeah, but it was a draft. They had to change.
Apparently it's very similar to what's.
There was some language in there that needed to change.
Yeah, but apparently most of the language has survived the cut or the edit, I should say.
All right.
He says the executive order is similar to the one obtained by Yahoo Sports earlier this month, directing the president's cabinet to create policy around various aspects of college athletics.
So the original, that's the one that I'm interested in to see. One, if you're going to.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I got it up.
There has to be antitrust.
That's what she said. The order requires the preservation and, where possible, expansion of opportunities for scholarships and collegiate athlete, blah, blah, blah. The order prohibits third-party pay-for-play payments to collegiate athletes. Come on. This does not apply to legitimate fair market value compensation that a third party provides to an athlete, such as for a brand endorsement. That's interesting.
I just took everything we just said and threw it in the trash can.
The order provides that any revenue sharing permitted between universities and collegiate athletics should be implemented in a manner that protects women's and non-revenue sports. The order directs the Secretary of Labor and the National Labor Relations Board to clarify the status of student athletes in order to preserve non-revenue sports and the irreplaceable educational and development opportunities that college sports provides. The order directs the Attorney General and the Federal Trade Commission to take appropriate actions to protect student athletes' rights and safeguard the long-term stability of college athletics from endless, debilitating antitrust and other legal challenges. The order directs the Assistant to the President for Domestic Policy and the Director of the White House Office of Public Liaison to consult with the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic teams and other organizations to protect the role of college athletics in developing world-class American athletes. Recognizing the importance of college sports, President Trump recognizes the critical role of college sports in fostering leadership, education, and community pride, the need to address urgent threats to its future, including endless litigation seeking to eliminate the basic rules of college sports, escalating private donor pay-for-play payments in football and basketball that divert resources from other sports and reduce competitive balance, and the common sense reality that college sports are different than professional sports. Look, my opinion is that this is
this is a Josh Henderson show. Where's he at?
My opinion is that this is going to get shot down in
I don't even know where
courts all over.
How
the
does
country.
that get shot down if it's an executive order? I'm genuinely curious.
Well,
I don't know.
Some of his recent executive orders have been flagged in circuit courts. Injunctions have been put in.
So I'm asking because I don't know.
Well, I'm not a constitutional lawyer.
Is this one of those things that when we turn out, he puts this in executive
order?
Well,
like some of the executive orders about immigration, for example, there have been injunctions filed and upheld by circuit courts.
So is this one of those things where we go back to injunctions running college football again, away from the House settlement?
I mean, I hate to sit here and say this. I'm gonna link this in the stream, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I was asking. I mean,
putting the
I know the
White House Gov fact sheet
was anywhere in there about the different state laws.
Yes, let's see.
Because that was the big one that the colleges were looking for. Because everybody just wanted to operate under one standard, not 39 different ones.
Recent litigation, including a 2021 Supreme Court ruling on name, image, and likeness payments and subsequent cases dismantling NCAA transfer and recruiting rules, has created a chaotic environment that threatens the financial and structural viability of college athletics. The lack of enforceable rules has turned what were supposed to be legitimate third-party NIL opportunities for players into pay-for-play bidding wars amongst university boosters, with some universities and their outside supporters reportedly spending more than $50 million per year on fielding rosters, mostly for the revenue-generating sports like football. Football players on one team will receive $35 to $40 million in 2025 alone. Given these enormous escalating demands on resources to compete in the revenue-generating sports, there are serious concerns regarding the future of non-revenue sports, women's sports, and Olympic sports, as private donor money is increasingly concentrated in these third-party pay-for-play deals. This dynamic also reduces competition and parity by creating an oligarchy of teams that can buy the best players, including the best players from less wealthy programs at the end of each season, given the lack of restrictions on transferring teams each year. Over 30 states, it should say more than 30 states. That just drives me crazy. I'm sorry. More than 30 states have passed conflicting NIL laws,
39.
leading to a race to the bottom that risks exploiting student athletes and creating competitive imbalances among universities, without federal action to restore order. Ongoing lawsuits and a patchwork of state NIL laws risk exploiting student athletes and eroding the opportunities provided by collegiate sports. That's just a fact sheet. So there you have it. I put that in the stream if you want to.
I look for your breakdown, your detailed breakdown of this. Don't hand raise, guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Yellow Cake here, where he says this is like Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy in The Office.
I never watched The Office.
Yeah, Michael was having some financial issues, and one of the options presented to him was declare bankruptcy. And so he walked outside and he said, "I declare bankruptcy." It doesn't quite work like that.
Yeah. Well, can I say something though? All kidding aside.
Yeah.
Where the frustration.
True show too. That's why they call it McCready and Siskey.
Okay. Where the frustration lies is right now today.
Mm-hmm.
There are people at Ole Miss, at Auburn,
Mm-hmm.
at Alabama,
of course,
that are trying to get real contracts that are due in 8 days. And they've been trying to decide, and I've been working on this cap.
Because you can finally put out official offers on August the 1st.
And so on August the 1st, all right, so depending what school you're at, I've been going by my state. Some are going by state law. Some are just going by rev share. They're doing these contracts. And then all of a sudden, when you got to work on Monday of this week, when you came to work on Monday of this week that we're in right now, it was, okay, I can do rev share, third-party deals going through NIL, but no collective. On Tuesday, I came to work and I went, okay, now on Tuesday, I can go rev share, real NIL, third-party NIL, and collective.
Yeah.
Wednesday came and they went, oh, shit. The Collegiate Sports Commission said they have not made that deal yet, so now I got to go back to where
I was on Monday.
What's that?
Now you got to go back on Wednesday.
Yeah, I got to go back to
where you were on Monday.
So I got to go back to and bring up my files from Monday and start over again. And then on Thursday
the president
afternoon,
of the United States
the president of the United States says, now,
well, now look,
you got to do this.
Now, in a world where this is binding, and again, I'm not even going to pretend.
Well, no, hang on. That's what I was going at.
But in a world where this is binding,
okay.
I mean, this is like
today. That's what you have to go by, right?
Now
August 1st is coming. So
now
this is
only
what we got to go by.
Now only about 1% of the players at most can get legitimate NIL deals.
So Thursday you come in, Thursday afternoon, the president weighs in. You go, okay, and then probably by tomorrow afternoon somewhere, there's going to be an injunction, probably in the state of Tennessee. They're good at it.
Yeah.
That says you can't do that, President. And then everybody's going to go, all right, we're back to the beginning.
Well, someone will absolutely file an injunction that says that the president has overstepped his constitutional abilities.
Which goes back to the whole point is I think everybody's pretty much just, can we just, whatever it is, can we just get something and go with it? I mean, it's just, but you got to build a team off that. It's like, hey, how much am I going to make if August 1st comes? Hey, coach, how much am I going to make if I come to your school? Well, see, what happened was we started with
I know what I would do if I'm in the room, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
And you probably would be like, if I'm in the room, I'm like, hey, here's an idea. Let's just do it. And if we have to apologize later, we'll apologize later. Let's just do it.
Well, I don't know what they're going.
Like who's coming to get me?
All right, so there is again another issue, right? Is it's like, okay, I have these state. What am I supposed to do? I got the state telling me I'm doing this. I got the university attorneys telling me to do this. Now I got the president of the United States saying this. You don't know, and the whole time, and like, look, and I'm just trying to be as transparent as I can.
Oh, dude, this might come down to different compliance departments.
It's about attorneys. That's what we talked about the other day.
And attorneys interpreting this stuff different ways.
Yeah, this is above
with
compliance.
Different.
Yeah.
I mean,
and so now you got, that's what we talked about Monday, is you got different, even with the last stuff, you had university attorneys are determining what's going on in recruiting right now. And so, but again, and look, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'll tell you how coaches are going to be. All right. Their job is to win. Okay. I'm probably going to err I would err on the side of ask for forgiveness later. Okay. But, and just get them signed or whatever you got to do. And then maybe have some protections in the contract that say, hey, if further litigation changes this, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, man. I would probably, it's a complete and utter shit show. And you feel, you feel really, not bad's not the right word, but if you really know what's going on in recruiting right now, who's being handicapped and who's not.
Sure.
Now we're going to make it about golf and we're going to make it about other things, right? But if you really look, who's being handicapped, because some people are going over the top and they're getting all these players, and some teams that usually recruit really well aren't. And that's not by accident.
Yeah, of course.
But guess what? If they don't win enough games, they're going to be fired anyway.
Yeah.
So
we've been brought to you by our good friends at Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams, natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
Don't forget, at Kia of Meridian, they have 1.9% on the 2025 Sorrento and Sportage. And if you need a low payment and a great warranty, the Kia K4 has payments as low as $379 a month. And don't forget, they have over 70 new vehicles in stock. So make sure you come see them at Kia of Meridian, or give them a call at 601-483-6444. And most importantly, don't forget, when you buy that Kia or you buy a car from Trav and the folks at Kia Meridian, they're going to let you spin the wheel and win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. So check them out at Kia of Meridian.
We'll be back on Monday with another edition of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.